I was gonna do a little bit, and it's just, my brain just broke doing it. It was like, whenever I was about to film, I was like, oh, this will be like a gorgeous joke. And then I started filming and I was like, that's stupid. That's not a good joke at all. No one's going to laugh at that. It doesn't even make sense. So yeah, anyway, on to why I'm actually filming this one. Hello internet, and welcome to me talking about MatPat and DEFY. I'm talking about it as somebody coming in to the YouTube world, not really knowing a whole lot about the YouTube world, other than the people that I like and follow and are subscribed to. And just so happens that a couple of the channels that I was subscribed to were MatPat and sSmosh games. And all of a sudden, as soon as I start getting into Smosh, I've been into Smosh games for a while, DEFY's like, nope, no more. No more. And that kind of was a gross, I think, to me it was a gross situation where all of a sudden these creators of all these different channels, I know there's more than just Smosh games in MatPat, but there was, and those are the ones that I had been following and I'd been watching, and were kind of bringing joy to my life. And then all of a sudden it was just kind of like, huh, they're done. And it's not the creator's fault. The creators didn't do anything wrong, and they had something crappy and gross, in my opinion, happen to them, where this company who's supposed to be taking care of them all of a sudden isn't taking care of them. And I know that stuff like that happens in all forms of creative endeavors, where you have people for books saying, give me X amount of money and we'll publish your book, and then you just kind of scammed with it and your book doesn't actually see the light of day, or I don't know. People rip off other people's artwork, or I know my sister-in-law makes bath bombs, and she's had a couple of issues where somebody has ripped off her product and replicated it on their own, and almost to the T, where it's like, okay, 100%, if I looked at those pictures side by side, that is my sister-in-law's, both of them. Of course, I know my sister-in-law has good sense of art and is super creative, and I could probably pick hers out of the lineup just because she's better. No shade. But this situation is kind of one of those where it's like, it's a good learning experience for people getting into the YouTube world, because MatPat explains kind of more on what a multi-channel network is, which is what DEFY was, and how that relationship is supposed to work, and how it didn't work with DEFY and the creators that kind of got shut down. And I say kind of, they got shut down. Some of them kept on creating, but it was probably definitely a lot harder because they're used to having that kind of support. And I don't know. I haven't seen a whole lot of people talk about it, and I know my channel's really small, but I wanted to sit down and talk about what it kind of means for people who are starting up like I am, and what it shows if those creators don't get paid for their work, how YouTube might be going in the wrong direction with the multi-channel networks. There's got to be something in place that protects the creators in something like that, for sure. And I want to see Ally Bank, which is another thing that MatPat talks about, and both those videos are going to be linked in the description below, how they handle this, and if they do give the creators who are the ones that actually worked on and deserve the money that DEFY said that they had, because it sounds to me like they didn't pay people for 2 months, and that's the money that got locked up and is kind of untouchable to the people that it's owed to. That's not okay. Say a lot, I'm sorry. Sorry for all the ums on this one. I had written down, and then I don't know what happened to the notebook that I had written down what I wanted to say. So I'm just kind of going off of my feelings and talking to you guys like you're my friends, because that's what you are at this point. Everybody on this, watching this, is a friend or family. But if more people were talking about it, if more people were banding together, and I know that they're trying, and sometimes it's the small ones like my channel where there's only 10 people that are talking about it, but it's still a prominent issue that I feel like more channels need to show interest in. And the reason being is how it affects the dynamics of YouTube in the long run. If a multi-channel network can constantly get away with basically stealing money from the creators that it's supposed to protect, then what does that say about the rest of us? Like, I don't know. I guess I've already said what I wanted to say, and now I'm just kind of rambling and probably not making a lot of sense, because he explains it a lot better. MatPat explains it a lot better. And then I know that Lasercorn, who's part of Smosh Games family, /Smosh family, I think they're all just family in Smosh, has a video of other shady things that they are doing, and it's very enlightening to see kind of what those red flags are. Like, if you're part of a network like that and you're seeing some of these things go down, maybe try to get away. And it's a subject that I feel like the YouTubers that are starting up needs to be aware of. The YouTubers that are already here should probably be aware of it as well, just for their own protection, their safety, and so that they can kind of mentor and guide their less popular fellows, creators. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I really wanted to say on the subject, and now I've said it. So watch those videos. They're again in the description below, and I'm sorry again that I'm not always looking up here. It's just that screen still. This is the second video that I've done, and so far nothing has been like super blurry, so I think I'm okay for the next video to flip it down, and that one's gonna be more on my brand. I'm gonna talk to you guys about some stuff in regards to doubts and how I'm trying to overcome those, and maybe give you some advice and tips. And for the next few videos, that's what it's gonna be, is like kind of on par with my blog. So yeah, I hope you look forward to that. And until no, I'm kidding. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are, and remember, you're good enough, and that's awesome. Bye.